Hello and welcome to the new Super Review here on Top TV. Today is the 16th and it's a beautiful Friday here in the city of Port Harcourt. It doesn't matter where you're watching from. This is where you need to be and you are right on time. It's a new Super Review where we bring you headlines and of course reviews across newspapers around Nigeria. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Yes, I'm asking, what are you waiting for? Go right now, click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification because that is the only way you get notified so that you don't miss out on our programs here on TAP TV. Today here on the program with me is Mr. Victor Sioko.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Victor is our current affairs analyst and together every other day we come here to do the analysis on these papers. You can also be a part of it by dropping your comments and reactions on the comment section. We'd love to know what you think about these headlines. And you can also follow us on all our other social media handles. We're on Facebook at Star TV, on Instagram is StarTV_NG, and on Twitter is please remind me of our Twitter account.
StarTV_NG.
Star TV. I'm yet to get used to that account because we lost our former accounts to the bad guys. They won't ever let us rest. All right, we're gonna go into our papers for today, the 16th of December 2022. And let's begin today on the Guardian. We'll start with the Guardian, and on the Guardian here we see as headline, EFCC behind London court travel, the Korean mother tells George. And that detail you find on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Moving on, we see Adeleke alleges Oyetola left 407.32 billion naira debt, got more loans after losing Guba polls. And details of that you find on page 21 of the Guardian newspaper. Moving on, we take this one. It says, I'll take not 40 years to catch. It will take not 40 years to catch up with South, says World Bank. Get the whole of that details on page 18 of the Guardian newspaper. And we move on to the main headline on the Guardian. It says banks ration new notes as circulation trickles. Payout in old notes. Complain of limited supply. Mefele rights reps defers appearance. Lawmaker push summon to next Tuesday. Ibadan residents here to see new Naira notes. Banks in Kaduna and Kano limit payments to 2,000, 3,000. Very interesting headline there. And lastly, I'll just take this one. You can see pictures of teachers in classrooms doing their job, but the headlines isn't speaking very well of their current condition. It says, as year ends, sad tales from states over unpaid salaries. Arrears. All right, Mr. Victor, let's start from there. It's the end of the year. A lot of people are expecting, 13th month payment and the rest of it. Early salary payment because Christmas is just a few days away from now, about 10 or 9 days or thereabout. And people are beginning to put themselves together for the early tide. And if states and teachers are beginning to cry out about unpaid salaries, that sounds troubling. Or what do you say?
Very troubling, and in a situation whereby we know that these teachers are not even paid. Oh man,
yeah.
Some of them don't even get up to some of them don't even get up to 40,000 naira a month, and they pay transport, they feed their families. Then you wonder how these people also survive it. Okay, now it's really a big issue. Reason because okay, just like you mentioned, the Osun State governor left while leaving office. He borrowed before leaving office, and you keep wondering. Look at what the EFCC is doing. Why am I breaking EFCC in now? Because you find out that many politicians out there are out for Nigerian money. They are out of this. They are out for the cake.
As they're rounding up their administration, they are beginning to look for means of looting.
Yes,
and this just clearly shows
how can you be leaving 400 and something 9 billion
naira
debt before leaving office?
400 billion. That's a
you've mortgaged the entire state for years. Then when you also check for that, you find out that this same government. Oh God, I'm not trying to. I know it is. It has not been proven. Okay, but from antecedents, you find out that these people are stealing off Nigerians.
Yeah.
Look at 13th month. We're not even. These people are not even asking of 13th month. They are asking of the one that they wore. 13th month is luxury.
Yeah.
13th month is luxury.
Yeah.
Okay, you know the other day that the UK flag that an opening that international teachers should come in and apply, and you can get slots to teach in the UK. The UK, oh, and mind you, the UK is not even the best economy when you start mentioning the top 5 economies in the world. I don't think that they are up there, okay? But they take care of their teachers. Yes, up there, even their teachers are crying out there. They're not taking care of them. So, my brother, but when you check the difference or the gap between Nigerian teachers and the ones outside the shores of this country, you just begin, you just pity these teachers. Okay, look at this opening. Okay, like Bethlehem Macaulay wrote on tabmedia.com about how Nigerians can, please Nigerians, go and read up that article. How, if you're a teacher, you need just minimum of 2 years of teaching experience, then you can be able to apply. And see the way Nigerians will leave this country next year through that route, because this will be happening by February of 2023. And look at what they are asking for: just 2 years of minimum experience. My brother, we know them. They are plenty. They are plenty. You have somebody that even has a PhD in physics, teaching in a local school. What do you expect? Even you have lecturers. Oh, come on. Lecturers don't mind leaving the university to go and teach in primary school right now. Reason, because an L2 lecturer, that's a level 2 lecturer, will be paid. How much do they pay them? About 130, 140,000 as a lecturer with a PhD. Then why would the person not leave the shores of this country? Because with the 140,000, you can't even put your child in a good school. It is still the Otakara school that you can put the child.
Very true.
Then how will you now take care of your rent, your bills? So it's so crazy. Now they are crying out loud, and I bet you they will not do anything about it.
They won't.
So what are we even talking? The ones that have even committed the crime, the poor that have collected the monies from these poor, from the poor Nigerians, what have been done to these criminals? That is the question. It's not just the other day that what's his name, Naira of Plateau State and Taraba State, the former governors that were found guilty, they were jailed.
And then they cut their own stay in jail very short and brought them out. And they are all, in fact, I know that they're already involved in politics again. They are back into the system.
Sure,
you know,
that's
how it works.
Sure.
You know, it's really sad.
It's really sad.
But we call for the states that are involved in this to really pay up the salaries of these teachers. They do a lot in developing our society and our minds and our children. In fact, we need to see the amount of work teachers put in if you visit just these schools. And so it will be out of place to make them cry to get, these little stipends that they get out of it. So much effort that they put trying to build our nation, because without these teachers, education will collapse. And so we need them. We need them to be encouraged. And kudos to states that are doing a lot to encourage these teachers by not owing them, paying them on time, and even the ones on pension.
Okay, you just mentioned pension. We are talking about salary. What about pension?
Yeah, because my mom was a teacher, and she was in the system for over 30 years before she retired. And today that she's retired, it will be really painful to know that she sacrificed so much, including some of us. We even felt sacrifice, because some of the times we want her to be there for you. She isn't there. She has so much passion for the job, so she puts in her all. And so to come and think that you have retired, and then the state government begins to neglect you and begin to...
The small peanuts of pension that you're supposed to pay.
It's not a good feeling. It's not a good thing at all. So state governments that are involved, please pay up and let people enjoy the early tide period with their families, with at least the little they can get. Because inflation rate, so much is happening in Nigeria at the moment. We need people to be encouraged, All right, so we're going to move on to our next paper for the day. And that will be This Day newspaper. Let's begin with the top headline there. It says, Atiku, I'll be stepping stone to Igbo presidency. Soludo task ex-VP on erosion, bad roads, on Onitsha port dredging. PDP cautions Tinubu to leave it out of his fight with media. PDP cautions Tinubu to leave it out of his fight with media. All right, other headlines here on This Day newspaper, 2023. Tinubu lacks mental alertness, unfit to be president, PDP insists. Details of that is on page 47 of this day newspaper. As the main headline here, it says higher food, energy, import costs drive inflation to 21.47%. Severe in Ebonyi, Kogi, Rivers. Again, World Bank urges Nigeria to remove import restrictions, adopt single FX rate, says country has lost its rising growth star status of the 2000s. El-Rufai thinks will get better in next 3 years of next administration. Insists next president must take urgent, tough decisions. Federal government seeks local foreign help to fund NDP. And lastly, I'll take this headline. It says Buhari Atiku Gbajabiamila Sanwo-Olu orders mourn as Nigeria's envoy Seriki dies of cancer. And that story is on page 50 of the This Day newspaper. All right, let me come to you. Let's talk about the inflation rate that has gone up to 21.47%. And of course, that goes without saying that food prices will be affected and the likes of it. How do you react to all of that?
Now, there is this strong indication that the NBS, that's in Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, that they have not even been releasing the proper numbers. So, because of there are some indices that they were supposed to update before pulling out these numbers that they have not for the past 5 years. They've not updated those indices. So they have been working with old indices of 2002. Okay, so there are reports coming out from Rwani. Rwani is a very known economist in Nigeria. Even some economists from the UK and the US, they've been writing reports. Okay, yes, we are crying out loud that inflation has gone 21% high year on year, but they are saying that it might just be around 40. Okay, and when you start looking at the points that they made, you begin to wonder that it could be true. Now, for the food inflation is about 22%, but if you now check, you find out that for commodities like rice has done double within the past 1 year. Now, what about diesel? Diesel has done 300% for the past 1 year. So when you now check that, okay, they are now saying that the inflation year on year is 22% on food, you find out that it's not really adding up. When you go to restaurants, let's take Chicken Republic. I love to use Chicken Republic to make my analysis because it's more like the middle class food. When you go to Chicken Republic, a year before now, it was hovering around 600 naira, but now about 1,000 naira.
It's actually 1,000. Yeah, 1,000. Then if you're going to add extras, it goes up to like 1,300 or 1,400.
Yeah.
If extra, it goes up to like over 2,000.
Yes. So when you check all these numbers, you find out that yes, we are crying that the inflation is high, but on paper that is high, but we are feeling it more as individuals on the street than what we have on paper. Okay, so but you now ask, how do we get this done quickly? Well, there are still this strong indication that the new Naira might do a lot because there will be more funds in the system with what they are.
But people are already complaining. Heard from one of the reports here that banks are paying very small amounts as withdrawal money. They pay between 2,000 and 3,000 in some states now, and so there's also the complaint of no proper circulation of the new Naira notes, and then that banks are still paying people with the old notes. So what is the CBN's plan in terms of circulation of these notes?
Yes, mind you, before now we were hovering around 3 trillion of cash in the system, but with the look of things, I bet you, Abule, they've not told us how much they want to release. I think it might not be up to that 3 trillion again because they want to squeeze us out from the cash policies
and then go
cashless. So I think they might start with 50% of the 3 trillion that was around beforehand. Okay, so seeing physical Naira might just be difficult nowadays.
Well, then the question is asked: why are they forcing Nigerians to suddenly go cashless? Isn't this a process? that we're supposed to journey to. But now it's almost like it must happen now or never. So why is this administration suddenly taking it like it's a do or die affair for Nigerians to go cashless? Why is it so?
Mind you, when it comes to insecurity, which they was also highlighted that it is the reason why they need
so
to.
It took them 7 years to figure out that going, changing the notes and then going cashless would actually kind of cover insecurity.
Yes, I think they were supposed to have, just like I mentioned, they should have done this way earlier than now. Okay, but mind you, it's better late than never.
Yeah, agree.
Better late than never. Then, secondly, when you also check, there are some mistakes I think this government made with respect to the oil subsidy. Had it been that they removed the subsidy regime completely, we couldn't have been suffering this by now.
Yeah.
Are you getting that? This level of oil theft could have been well reduced.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? So I think, yes, it is late, but it's personally, I think it's highly important.
Yeah.
Okay. But the issues now become, like you said, how will people also get these monies? I think it's also too early. This is just about 24 hours that the money was released.
So I think it shouldn't be now.
Yes. Okay. Where I might just have some worry. Some people will be like, why are you worrying yourself about that? Is that, see, tension will be around this December with these monies. These monies will be hoarded against the celebrations, because people will spray, people will really show off. This is Nigeria. It is our culture.
Okay. This whole new cashless thing, are they going to make it force Nigerians to get to that point where they go to weddings and then they have to transfer to the celebrants and no more spraying? I mean, they can remove. They should remove spraying from our country. We love it when we spray.
But mind you, you are defacing the Naira that was printed with so much money. We should be also looking at our money with a huge dignity. It is our money, man. Okay?
I know. We love to spray money.
I know we love to spray money, but oh, come on. Yes, it is your own opinion, but I think from my own side, I think it's not good in the eyes. You might be like, what is this man talking about?
How are we going to show off that we have arrived if we cannot spray money?
Nigeria.
We have to show up that this is my Alabo cloth. I did not just wear it, I have it. Something is there.
Put it in an envelope and give it to the people.
No, nobody will see.
Oh yeah, put it in the wrap. Leave it in the wrap and throw it to the person to catch.
Know what that one throw it
like a handball.
That one now they will not recognize as money. We want it to flow. That's the thing. So now all the CBN move now, we want it to blow.
So when you bring out Naira now, it will be smelling. Will it be good?
We like the smell of money.
The bad smell now. When you are using it anyhow.
We smell it. It's good like that. all right. We are back to reality. We're going to carry on with other news headlines on other papers, but we're going to take a short break. And so when we come back, we're going to continue with the headlines on the papers. Don't forget that you can also drop your comments and reactions on the comment section. We'd love to know what you think about the headlines we've been talking here on the program. You stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
All right, welcome back from that break, and thank you very much for staying with us up to this time here on the Newspaper Review. All right, we're going to continue our reviews, and we'll continue on Daily Sun newspaper for today, the 16th of December 2022. And on Daily Sun, as headline here, we see EFCC frustrated my bail application in London. Ibrahim Madu speaking. Ask courts to vacate forfeiture order on property. I'll take that again. He says EFCC frustrated by bail application in London. Ibrahim Madu asked court to vacate forfeiture order on properties. You find details of that on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Moving downwards, we see also blasphemy. Court sentences Islamic cleric to death by hanging. You find details of that story on page 4. And page 4 of Daily Sun. That is, if you need to know where that is happening, which state that is happening, all right? Find that detail on page 4 of the Daily Sun. Moving on to the main headline on Daily Sun, we say 2023 polls. EFCC probing prominent politicians. Bauer, that is the EFCC director speaking there, confirms working with INEC to check vote buying. Says commission recovered 30 billion naira from ex-AGF, that's Accountant General of the Federation, to auction over 150 homes forfeited. Commission desperate to tarnish our image. Kogi government speaking there. Details of all of this you find on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Moving on downwards, it says here, protesters ground National Assembly as new Naira notes go into circulation. Lawmakers urge to back CBN cashless policies. Lawmakers urge to back CBN cashless policy. We also see the picture, the image of the accident that happened in Abuja, where a vehicle was crushed by a train, and of course, one life was lost in that incident. Very sad one there. It just tells us that we need to be very careful about this time. It's festive season. People are running from left to right, trying to meet up. There is still life after Christmas. Please don't kill yourself. Don't get involved in any kind of accident trying to meet up anything. Of course, take it one step at a time. So if you need to get details of that, all right, go to page 28 of the Daily Sun to read up that story. And that's all we'll take for now. On from the Daily Sun, Mr. Victor, we come to you. Let's start with the EFCC story on Ikwere Madu. Ikwere Madu is back on the news, and this time he's blaming the EFCC for his travels. Well, how do you react to that?
Yeah, tough time for him.
Yeah,
and
very much for him and his family.
And his family, yes,
yeah,
yes. But somehow we should not also push aside the fact that he's under investigation. Yes, one might say he's innocent until proven guilty. Okay, but you just also wonder, before he became a politician, was he that rich? Okay, you ask. Then you also ask, before he became politician, how many properties was he able to get? How can you have 40 properties? 40 luxurious properties because you're a politician? You have properties in America, in UK, in Nigeria. A property can be about 1 billion. 1 billion.
In 40 places.
In 40 places.
That's a lot.
So that is a lot. So I think on that basis, he should answer the call. Okay? Come and prove that you did not steal the national cake.
Or how you made all that money to buy or to earn as much as those properties they are investigating.
Yes.
And that's just it.
So
exactly, answer the call.
I wonder. So by the time he's saying that EFCC wrote the UK, that the UK said that it is because of the EFCC that they are holding. See, unfortunately, I will use the word unfortunately because I think he did not read the will I say details with respect to the UK, the way they practice their transplanting policies. Okay, so it has happened. He needs to face his case in the UK and stop blaming Nigeria and Nigerians. Okay, he should face that case. They have their own policy. You went against their policy. Face that case and stop linking it to the Nigerian case that you are having. Justice Eko of the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered for interim forfeiture. Yes, it's still interim, okay? But yes, you need to answer that case. And you also need to answer the one that I think is way important to him right now, because that if he does not answer it, well, he might be there for life.
Yeah.
Okay, so you should just forget about using the tactics of. For me, I think it's tactics. Okay, the tactics that EFCC are the one holding him back there. Oh, come on! How? I don't think. I don't think.
The ones that led to him the whole accusation of him stealing body parts and trying to lure someone. That's not it. EFCC are calling him genuinely to come and answer to questions that they are asking, and it's not just about him. There are other politicians that are under their watch, as we saw here in the headline. It says here, 2023 polls, EFCC probing prominent politicians. Good job by the current EFCC director, Bauer. He's doing a great job at this. And earlier we also saw in that report that they have recovered 30 billion naira from the ex-accountant general of the Federation. That's a great one too. Remember that he was indicted for stealing that much money, and now EFCC has been on his trail and they are recovering. So I'd like you to also react to that.
Okay, now I'm coming to Bawa, but let's also let's also see it from this place. We have Bawa. Sorry, not Bawa. We have Idris Ahmed, the former they suspended. Let's use the word suspended. The one that was thrown out of office. Leave it that way. Okay, against Ike Ekweremadu, the former deputy Senate president. See, these monies that this in quote. Okay, well, for Idris, he has accepted. He's on plea bargain already. Okay, so but Ekwuremadu's case, you now wonder 40 interim forfeited properties, but from these monies that in quote that he has accrued through the government, they will say different kind of thing, but you and I know that these guys are not coming with clean hands. Okay, so these monies we are talking about, had he used those monies to build world-class hospital with world-class health practitioners. Do you think he will be going to the UK to do this transplant? After all, this young man that he pulled out from this country to the UK could have answered, put him out anywhere he is in Nigeria, take him to that hospital, that world-class hospital. But these people don't reason that way. What they're after is house, land, warehouse, house, land, and cash.
Looking for places where they can hide this money.
Yes. Laundering our monies anyhow.
They hide money to the extent of they bury them in water tanks on the ground and all of that.
And you begin to ask, all this money, what are you even going to use it at the end of the day? Stolen money from the poor. Look at Idris. Why am I calling Idris Bawa? Okay, Bawa, who is Abdul Rashid Bawa, who is the chairman of the EFCC, came out to say, oh, come on, we've recovered 30 billion from this man, from this thief. Okay? Accountant general. You are supposed to be held accountable for the monies meant for Nigeria. But you went ahead. Out of 109 billion, Abule, 30 billion, he has surrendered them. Now, mind you, that 30 billion is not even transferred money. It is $900 million cash. Cash. How can somebody have almost 100 million naira cash on inside the bag? How?
$100 million.
That's $1 million of cash. How can you? So
such effrontery.
As in
such effrontery. In this government that say they will fight corruption.
Oh, it's a pity for Buhari. I also link to him because he's their father.
Yes,
he's their father.
And the appointment did he fall out of the sky?
I wonder.
He appointed this accountant general, and for this man to have such terrible reputation to steal money to that tune, man. And
it is not even the first time. Let us not also blame this regime or the Buhari regime. Before now, the former accountant general also stole. And he was caught.
Huge as this?
No, not as huge as this. This one, he does not even have human sympathy. This is 109 that we are talking about. We are not even talking about others that might just happen. This one is the one that he was caught. And he has accepted that he did it. So, but I now keep wondering, when you are handling this person with care, okay, please, you're bringing out this money, and he's bringing it as it's now 30 billion. Oh, I did not even tell you. Even some oil companies out there that was not mentioned, okay, they are owing Nigeria 200. In fact, Nigeria itself alone, they are owing Nigeria, companies and individuals are owing a country that needs so much money right now. They are owing Nigeria 5.3 trillion naira. I'm not talking about stolen funds. As in, you are owing Nigeria. Reason why am I saying this? The ones that they've given money to do contracts that did not show up, the ones that they gave money to do contract that just did surface contract and ran away with the money. Those are the ones I'm talking about. 5.3 trillion naira. And nobody has been hung. Because the one we say, our constitution does not allow for that. Okay? Abule, could you imagine that? The oil companies that were supposed to remit royalties to the government coffers, and the other companies, some other oil companies that are supposed to release 3% fee to NDDC, all in total amounting 201 billion naira. This is what EFCC is also chasing after. My brother, just like you say, EFCC has been out for these people. Just in 7 months, EFCC has gotten over 200 billion just in 7 months.
And it's very impressive.
It's impressive, but you also keep wondering, so these people are stealing so much from this country in this manner?
Yeah, it's really absurd. The other day we were at the auction sales, the one conducted by the River State Zonal Command of the Commission, where they were auctioning vehicles that were seized from financial crimes offenders. And you saw what, or you heard what one of the directors said about that this Abdul Rashid Bawa is determined to take back these properties from illicit activities of people involved in all this crime and return them back to Nigeria because it belongs to Nigerians. Because these people, they steal without any feeling, any iota of guilt or anything. You can imagine somebody stealing over 100 billion. To what end? Do you think that one will pay you into heaven? Because if money can take people to heaven, then we understand why you're stacking up so much money in this country that people are so impoverished.
Yes.
Why do that?
Yes, in a country that a teacher cannot even, the salary of a teacher is not even enough to buy 1 bag of rice this Christmas.
Very true.
And people are out there stealing trillions, billions, just calling monies anyhow.
It's so sad.
And mind you, the chairman of the EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa, should watch his back. Because they say when you are fighting corruption you fight back.
Yeah.
So anything might just still happen before this regime ends.
Yeah.
Let's just watch the development.
Doing a great job. A lot has happened, and the EFCC has been on their toes day and night doing their job. And they've also called for the federal government to give them all the support that they need. So moving on, even to the next administration, they should support the EFCC to fight corruption, because it starts from this. We know that we cannot win the fight against corruption in one day.
Sure.
But these steps from the EFCC is beginning to send a message to people doing or committing these crimes that at some point they will catch up with me. So I need to really slow it down. And it's a good thing. So the pressure should be kept on. I believe that the EFCC should keep up this pressure on politicians leading up to the election. This is, in fact, this is the best time to be 100% at what they are doing. And for me, they're doing a great job. Just that, some of these measures are uncomfortable for some of us Nigerians, but we know that if we see results like the ones we've been seeing, then we know that, yes, okay, these are measures put in place for our own good. So, kudos to them. All right, that's all the paper we'll be taking today. I want to thank you, Mr. Victor.
Happy weekend, man. Happy weekend. Go and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, so it's a Friday, and the World Cup comes to an end this weekend. So I don't know what the match would look like. It's going to be France against Argentina.
Where are you rooting on? How are you rooting for?
Well, first of all, I want to watch the third place match. The Africans, Morocco has really tried representing Africa. Yeah. Morocco has tried to make it up to where they got to. Unfortunately, they didn't get to the final, but it's for me, it feels like a jinx has been broken. This is the first time in like forever that an African team had gone this far. For me, that's like the best result in all the World Cups before this one. So that's enough satisfaction for me. I would have loved them to make it to the final, whether they win it or not. But this is already a jinx that has been broken, and so for subsequent, World Cups, I believe that Africans will now see that, okay, one team has been able to make it up to, the semi-finals. We can all get there.
And FIFA should increase our slots.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that even in the next World Cup, more teams are going to go past the knockout stage. Yes. Because before now, we always end up at the knockout stage.
Please, let them give up to 6 or 7 teams, please. Africans are 50-something in number, please.
Very true. Very true. We are hoping to see that improvement. So the World Cup match is also here this weekend, and I am not ready to miss anyone. So make sure you sit back and enjoy this football matches across any other activities that you've got lined up for your weekend. From us here on the Newspaper Review, it's goodbye and stay safe.